The strength of Molodoy's playstyle is that he often positions himself with the AWP in many different spots on the map. That way he can surprise his enemies. In the 5th round, he jumps on the car's ledge and holds the ups. He easily kills Tesses, who had no chance to react or shoot back. Notice that right after getting the frag, Molodoy rotates off B. Many snipers would still stay on the B side, for example just change their position and play behind the side. He drops a smoke for Fallen and wants to go into the window. Kyosuke throws a perfect Molotov, so Molodoy has to wait. A few moments later, Yuri kills Nico with the bomb in connector. Molodoy jumps on the table, holds the small window and easily kills Kyosuke. Pay attention to one detail. When he heard Kyosuke running, he moved his crosshair slightly to the right, so he wouldn't need an unnecessary flick. He knew the T's had to go to A because the bomb was dropped in connector. At the start of the next round, Molodoy plays on A. He mollies ramp, moves to stairs and checks palace. After Yekindar flashes, he checks ramp. He misses the shot and instantly repositions to check under. The T smoke him off, so Molodoy changes his spot again, rotates to B and sets up on short. Falcon play a contact B and Molodoy easily kills Kiksan in the back. As you can see, constantly changing positions on city side lets Molodoy catch enemies off guard. Now I will show you how to work together and pick on A. Molodoy gets on stairs and makes a wide peek. He spots one T. Notice that when Molodoy is holding ramp, Yuri smokes palace, so he doesn't have to worry about that position. Molodoy probably told him he saw one T, so Yuri throws a nade and Molotov onto ramp. As a result, Tesses is forced into the open and Molodoy hits a clean flick. He instantly pulls out his knife and jumps to the left. This move has two advantages. The T's know his position, so they will want to pick him. And that's exactly what Nico tried to do. Thanks to switching to the knife and jumping, Nico misses. Second, while he's in the air, he can see the whole ramp and give info to his teammates if he spots more incoming T's. When he repicks, he first looks at Palace for a moment, expecting someone to push through the smoke to surprise him. It's also worth mentioning that at this moment, Yekindar throws another Palace smoke. Molodoy gets close to the wall and makes a short peek, then instantly falls back. He spots a T on the right side. Then he peeks again, but this time he crouches immediately before peeking. The last time he peeked, he did it standing. As you can see, Nico has his crosshair at the head height. Because Molodoy crouch peeks, it's much harder for Nico to hit his head. The bricks on Tetris cover him. It just so happened that Nico hit for a moment when Molodoy peeked, so I will turn on X-ray. As you can see, he would need to flick to his head. Molodoy hits Nico through the wall and hides again. He checks Palace once more, pulls out a nade and throws it at the spot where Nico was. Then he goes back to the stairs. He throws a flash for Yuri to check Tetris. After a moment he smokes Palace. Molodoy peeks again, first crouches, then stands up a moment later. As you can see, Nico had no time to react or shoot. Then Molodoy peeks aggressively from the right side of the stairs and quickly jumps to the left, so he doesn't stay in one spot for too long. Funny enough, the terrorist also jumped at the same time. Beautiful synchronization. Kyosuke tried to surprise Molodoy by crouching, but Molodoy killed him easily. Once again, after shooting he instantly falls back, and while he's in the air, he checks Palace. I've got another example of picking, this time on B. At the start of the round, Molodoy sets up on the car's ledge. Fallen throws a deep Molotov into ups, letting Molodoy safely jumps to balcony. He positions on the left side and waits. He misses the op shot, quickly pulls out his knife, picks right and instantly jumps. Thanks to great movement and fast reaction, Tessis only tags him once with the AK. By the way, the Falcons players did an interesting double pick. Nico made the shoulder pick, and as he fell back behind the wall, Tessis picked wide. But this was pretty risky, because it could have ended as a collateral double kill for Molodoy. So yeah, better don't try this at home. What's interesting is that after dropping from the balcony, Molodoy plays from the car again. Many snipers in this situation would stay somewhere on the side. Molodoy wallbangs Tessis. Right after shooting, he quickly runs into the front wall, so the T can't insta-headshot him. Then he throws a right-click smoke. He checks short, expecting Falcons to push from that position. Thanks to the smoke, he can fall back without worrying that the T holding up's window will see and kill him. He sees no reaction from the enemies, so he decides to gather info. He jumps on the car and checks subs. Then he hops back to balcony. He jumps from the right side of the car, so the T in ups can't kill him midair. He then walks in, holds with the AWP and waits. He lands an epic flick and instantly jumps out of the window. He probably expected more Ts to be right outside ups, ready to rush B. That's why he throws a close Molotov. When he is on default, he jumps to check short again. From the T's POV on short, it would look like this. As you can see, the boxes cover him, and the enemy would need to flick. That means the chance of Molodoy dying is very low. Then he checks if any T try to push through the flames. When he sees no one, he runs to the back of the site and jumps. This way, if Falcons try to push from short, they will need to flick. After reloading the AWP, Molodoy goes to the other side of the site again. And before going into the open, he jumps once more to reduce the chance of getting killed. A few seconds later, Falcons flash and throw a smoke in ups to push through. Molodoy spots the enemy model for a split second and hits a clean flick on Monesi. It was a bad smoke because there was a gap. Molodoy instantly changes his position and plays behind the second pillar. He hears the last T dropping from ups and ends the round with a beautiful flick through the box. In round 12, Molodoy has the best mid spawn. He shows great movement and jumps from window straight into ladder. He didn't get a frag, but I've got an interesting detail for you. Notice that when he is holding second chair, the timer shows 145, 144. During overtime, Molodoy had the best mid spawn on T side. He stopped only for a split second to throw a flash off the wall, and when he reached second chair, it was 144. So if the terrorist is even slightly late to this position, thanks to your good movement, you can get an easy entry frag. Let me show you a clever way to get info when the T smoke window. Molodoy jumps on the wood ledge and starts shooting with the USP. A gap appears in the smoke and Molodoy can see if any T is lurking from catwalk. Thanks to this, Yuri and Keiserato could push from connector without worrying about top mid. I've got another cool detail for you. Molodoy smokes connector, rushes and holds under. Kixan throws a Molotov, forcing Molodoy to change his position. This molly is a great counter against a CT sniper. It's worth using when you know that CTs often throw a shallow connector smoke early in the round and then check under. Let me show you how to defend the B side from market. Falcon slowly walks in B ups and see a smoke flying from short. Tesses hears a CT running away from the side, so the terrorists decide to push through the smoke. Molodoy spots them crossing the second window. He didn't have time to scope in, so he doesn't shoot to avoid revealing his position. Instead, he holds balcony and lands a clean flick on Kyosuke. Then he instantly changes his position and runs to exit. He easily kills Kixan, who wanted to throw a Molotov towards short, but overpicked too far to the right and became visible from exit. Next, Molodoy mollies behind the pillar, so he doesn't have to worry about that spot. This molly makes exiting from market much safer, because terrorists can pick you from bench, car barrel, and exactly from behind that pillar. Right after throwing the molly, Molodoy hides for a moment to make sure no T is picking from the pillar. When he repicks, he holds the car barrel. At that moment Tesses kills Fallen. Molodoy holds that angle for a second. Since Tesses doesn't pick, Molodoy bounces a nade off the wall and deals 38 HP damage. A moment later the terrorist throws a flash and picks. Molodoy flicks and ends the round with 3 frags. Now let's move to T side. Besides being a great sniper, Molodoy can also be a good support. In round 23, Furia executes an A-split. Molodoy climbs onto the ledge, aims at that spot and uses a jump throw. Then he throws a flash while running. As you can see, Kixan gets blind and dies. The smoke lands in jungle. These 2 nades make it much easier to take A from connector. You've probably been in a situation where you push mid from under and want to smoke window. I will show you how to do it safely. Yekindar lines up in the middle of the stairs, aims at this spot and left clicks. The smoke lands perfectly. Here is a nice mid flash. Molodoy stands in this spot, aims at the right corner and left clicks. The flash pops near the boxes and makes taking top mid easier. But remember, this flash won't blind the sniper in the window nor the CT hiding in the catwalk cubby. In another round, Kyosuke throw a similar flash. As you can see, Molodoy got slightly blinded by it. I've got another detail for you. Furia takes mid and Fallen smokes window. Even so, Molodoy holds the left side of the window because CTs like to break the smoke, jump on the wooden ledge or spam through. That way, Molodoy is ready to instantly kill any CT trying this trick. Let's move back to the CT site in overtime. Molodoy plays from fireboxes and kills Monesi on ramp. He instantly hides, repicks, and hits a beautiful op shot. Again, he hides behind cover and crouches. Notice that he doesn't run to city now. Instead, he pulls out a smoke and right-clicks. Molodoy is alone on A side, and smokes are already on stairs and under stairs, so he cannot rely on a refrag. This smoke has two advantages. Firstly, Molodoy can now focus entirely on watching Palace without worrying about Falcons rushing him from the sandwich side. Second, if terrorists throw a Molotov on fireboxes, Molodoy doesn't have to run away. That's exactly what happened. Kixan threw a molly there, but Molodoy's smoke extinguished it. It's worth mentioning, when Molodoy threw his smoke, Yekinder smoked Palace and positioned himself at the edge of the T-smoke to help his teammate if needed. Thanks to Yekinder watching Palace, Molodoy holds ramp for a moment, then escapes to city. If you are curious, this is what Molodoy's movement would look like if a terrorist was holding the left side of ramp. Back to Yekinder. Thanks to his position behind the smoke, he kills 3 Falcons players and wins the round. Kixan didn't properly check the smoke and didn't expect city there. Same with Nico, who was watching city. This shows how strong that position behind the smoke is. Here's how you can help your teammates. In round 29, Furia plays aggressive mid control. Keiserato jumps from window onto short, and Yekinder jumps from window into under and smokes it. Falcon smoke window. Molodoy supports his teammates by throwing a Molotov behind the boxes. When you are fighting for mid with your team, this molly is extremely important. Then Molodoy breaks the smoke, jumps onto the wooden ledge, and shoots through the smoke. Thanks to his Molotov, m0NESY burns to death on top mid. I'm planning to record more analysis from the Blast final. Write in the comments whether you want to see Yekinder on nuke or Molodoy on train first. Click on the video on the screen to see how m0NESY dropped 223 ADR on Dust 2 without overtime. See you in the next one. Bye!